What up? It's me, Wall Street, back again, ready to talk to you fine people. And today, some news broke that made me quite upset because I'm a big fan of this guy. But news broke today that the Denver Nuggets fired head coach Mike Malone, who won Denver's first and only NBA championship in 2023 as the head coach of the team. And I just don't get what's going on in the league anymore. First of all, I said this when Taylor Jenkins got fired, the former Grizzlies head coach, was why are you firing your head coach when you're a playoff team and you're 9 games away from the playoffs? The Denver Nuggets have 3 games left in their season before the postseason starts. Okay, the Denver Nuggets are high up in the Western Conference in the four slot. So they're 47-32. They're now going to be coached by their lead assistant David Adelman, who's the son of Rick Adelman, very storied NBA head coach. So, I don't understand what's going on here. The reason I'm a big fan of Mike Malone is because he is so much more than just a coach. He knows how to motivate guys. He knows how to tell guys the truth. And he's not trying to tell you the truth in a way to make you feel bad. He wants the best for you, and it's like palpable in the way he talks to the players, the media, the fans, everybody. And he's been the Nuggets head coach for 10 years. He's been the coach since 2015. This is one of the longest tenured coaches in the league, behind like Eric Spoelstra and Greg Popovich, right? There's not many other coaches in the league that have been around with one team this long. And the fact that Mike Malone has now been snipped as well, it's not looking good for any other coach in the league, to be completely honest. And, the trend is just crazy. Again, I don't understand why you get rid of your coach 3 games before the end of the regular season. Because even if, your assistant coach who's now going to take over is super skilled and understands all of your plays and your schemes, and it's not going to disrupt that much. There's a lot of noise and distraction that's going to come along with this, especially with how much fans loved Mike Malone. So it's going to be a distraction. It's going to be hard for, players to really focus and figure out what's going on. But it is what it is. On some level, I feel like this is them kind of tossing the season away, which doesn't make a lot of sense because you have Nikola Jokic, who is, in my opinion, the MVP. He's top 3 in points, rebounds, and assists in the entire league, which is something no one has ever done before. It's incredible. I think the main issue here is the other guys that aren't really playing up to the standard that I guess Mike Malone has seen them play at when they won the championship several years back, right? But it's not like they're doing bad. I mean, Russell Westbrook has been a solid addition to this team. Aaron Gordon, Christian Brown is having a great season, right? I think he should be in contention for the Most Improved Player award. Michael Porter Jr. still putting up 18 points a game. Jamal Murray's been good. He hasn't been having, I can't even say that. He's been having a very good season. I think people just don't like to give him credit because he's a little streaky, so he hasn't had the most consistent season, but I think that's more of a team thing as opposed to a Jamal Murray thing. That's just my personal opinion. But this team, man, I don't understand why you make this decision now. I don't really know what direction they're going to go in. I would imagine they're probably going to keep David Adelman as their head coach going forward. I don't know if they're going to look to hire someone else. For Mike Malone, though, I wouldn't be surprised if the Grizzlies went out and hired Mike Malone. Obviously, I don't think that's going to happen this season. But it seems like a lot of times these guys get rid of their head coach, they promote an assistant coach, and sometimes, or at least as of recently, it seems like they've kind of stayed with that approach. And they just don't go out and find somebody else. So they hope that the assistant works out as their head coach, and then they just go from there, right? And if it doesn't, it doesn't. It's whatever. But I'm just confused, honestly. I don't understand what's going on. So I don't think this is the last we've seen of Mike Malone in the NBA. I think he's going to be coaching again, whether it be as an assistant or a head coach. I don't know. We'll see what happens, but he's got plenty of experience in the league. He's been an assistant since 2001 in the NBA. Before that was an assistant at the college level. He's been with the Knicks, the Cavs, the Hornets, the Warriors. Well, I guess when I say Hornets, I mean the Pelicans now. He was with the Kings as a head coach before he came to Denver. I just think this is just a shocking move. Like, this is not something I saw coming. And again, the Nuggets have been streaky throughout the season. They've gone on a 9-game win streak, but they've also lost here and there, right? But it's just, they're on a 4-game losing streak right now. But personally, I don't think they've been on they haven't been on a losing streak that's more than 3 games the entire season besides this one. They had a losing streak in late January where they lost to Minnesota, Chicago, and New York, but those were all road games. And then they've lost the last 4. And 3 of those were at home. But again, it just seems like a harsh thing to let your coach go when the most games you've lost consecutively is right now, right before the playoffs. It's 4 games in a row. I get it. It's right before the playoffs. You want to be, in stride and getting things together. But this is a tough Western Conference. And sure, they're losing games that maybe they shouldn't. They lost to Minnesota, but that was a double OT game, right? They lost by 1 point. They lost to San Antonio, 7 points, right? It is what it is. But they lost to Golden State in Golden State. That's a tough place to play. I just think it's like people immediately jump to blaming the coach. And I just don't know if that's the case. I don't really know if there's anyone to really blame. I don't think that, I don't know whose decision this is and why they're making the decision, especially right now. It just does not make a lot of sense to me. And, we're going to see what happens, but it's hard for me to now put faith in this team making it far in the playoffs. And that's no knock against David Adelman. I just think when you make a change that's this abrupt after a guy who has been coaching your team for 10 years, brought you the first championship in franchise history, leading your team, and you let him go 3 games before the postseason starts, it seems like a bad omen. It does not seem like this is just a ringing success, going into the postseason. But who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Nikola Jokic is as good as I've been saying he is, and it doesn't matter who your coach is, he's going to do what he has to do, and they're going to make it, deep into the postseason. I don't know. I really could not tell you. So we'll see what happens, but man, I love Mike Malone. I think he's one of the best coaches we have in this league, and it's a shame that he's not going to be coaching the Nuggets. So I look forward to his press conferences going into the playoffs, honestly. I love hearing this guy talk. He's a great speaker, motivator. He does all of these things very well. And, I thought he was a guy that got along with his guys, right? There was a press conference, I want to say maybe a couple weeks back when they played the Blazers. They lost at Portland. It was a pretty significant loss. They lost by 20 points or so. And Mike Malone was kind of calling out his guys. He's like, I'm not here to, BS you guys and excuse me. I'm not here to BS you guys and tell you guys this and that and whatever. I'm here to tell the truth because I'm trying to coach this team and lead this team, and we're not going to get through rough patches like this by me telling you things that you want to hear, right? I'm going to tell you, watch this film. We're going to show you this film. He was calling out guys for not watching film. He was like, they're not going to watch it on their own. I got to make them watch it. So maybe there was something going on there where they kind of were feeling a break, between that bond between coach and the players. I don't know. But again, I've said it many times. Sometimes the voice in the locker room just gets a little tired and players need a new voice. That really could be it, right? It has nothing to do with how good of a coach is or how good the players are. It's just, I need to hear something different, right? So maybe that's the direction they're trying to go in. I don't know. Again, I'm going to miss Mike Malone. I hope he gets another coaching job in the league soon, but that's all I got, guys. I want to know what you think, though. Let me know what you think about this decision by the Nuggets that came out today to fire Mike Malone as head coach of the team. I want to know your thoughts. Please leave some comments down below, and let's talk. But without further ado, guys, I'm going to let you go. Take it easy. Stay safe. Stay up. Stay humble. Handle business and stand on business. Peace out.